Well, hey everybody. Apologies for the somewhat informal way that I guess I'm dressed and that I'm at my house instead of in my office because I'm recording this on a day that Stark State's campus is closed, but got to get work done. So let's talk about your research essay, investigating technology. Um, I'm going to get to this with the week 7 screencast a bit later, but this is a high stakes essay, and it's a chance to ask a research question of your choosing. And I think those are two separate components that come together to become a very important aspect of this assignment. That you have to ask a meaningful research question. If you had me last semester, you know how much I like to beat that drum of asking a good research question before proceeding with a topic. But it's of your choosing part that I want to talk about just as much. You're allowed to feel a bit burnout when it comes to technology. So if you want to write about another technological topic, goodness, I'm here for that. No problem whatsoever. If you are interested in something else, all we have to do is make technology a tiny little component of what you ultimately write about. So that's not hard to do at all. I've done it plenty in the past, and I'd be happy to do it with you. So anyway, I'm going to try to keep this screencast about the nuts and bolts of the assignment. Okay, the stakes are high. You must earn a passing grade in order to pass College Comp 2. So those are the highest stakes I can think of. An argumentative essay. Again, if you had me last semester, you know that you know what I mean when I say argumentative. It's going to be debatable. It's going to be persuasive in nature. People have to be able to disagree with it, and you want to think about how you address people that disagree with the position you're advancing, your rhetorical purpose, all those things. So let's make sure that we are asking a research question that is open-ended. Not how many English speakers are there in the world. That's a number we can run down, and then you still have six and 3/4 pages to go. So we want to ask something that's open-ended. Okay. What else? Okay, so this is called the research essay, or the RE. I'm sure I'll refer to it as. And to that end, you need to provide research. So this is a 7 full pages of text essay, which means your title page doesn't count. If you do an abstract, that doesn't count. Your references page and your appendices, none of those count. 7 pages of argumentative written text. I happen to know of people in my line of work who do things like count the title page and count the references page. I'm sorry, I'm not one of them, except I'm not sorry at all. Okay, so 7 full pages of text. The usual breakdown is a piece of research for every page written. I don't want to say it's the industry standard, but it's the most common. It's not a standard, but it's definitely you see a high frequency of that line of thinking. So 7 sources. Okay, I'm going to cough, so I'm going to pause. All right, coughing fit over. Let's see. So 7 sources. And now this is where we can mix and match. Here we go. The college composition, one of its main goals, or at least as I interpret the class, is to get you familiar with secondary sources. That is, say, library sources, internet, online sources, written sources that you yourself did not conduct, research that you didn't conduct, expert opinions, studies, government data. You probably know the list. You could probably just rattle off a few more than I can. You're going to use some secondary sources, of course, because you can't run down every piece of research on your own, but you have to run down at least one. So at least one piece of original primary research will also appear in your research essay. So it can be a new observation. Many students take the opportunity to interview people whose work or experiences or whose life is related to your topic. We'll talk later on about this one. I just don't want you interviewing, your BFF or your bae. Do people still use the term bae? I don't know. You just don't interview somebody because it's convenient for you. They have to have relevant life or work experience that lends their opinions or perspective some sort of expertise. If you do want to get the impressions or opinions of people in your age group, people in people whose dynamics represent you, you're better off conducting a survey or questionnaire or an online poll. I'll have a lot more to say about this stuff as we go on this semester, or through this project rather, to help quantify the difference between a survey, a questionnaire, and a poll. I would prefer if you, how do I put this? Putting up a Twitter poll or social media pool of any sort is it's a tad lazy. I'm not going to be wowed by the data that it produces. I'd rather you kind of do right by the research process. The observation essay had very rigid guidelines that most of you followed. The digital Sabbath, the sort of experiential data, we can still do that if you want to come up with an experiential piece of data on your own. If you want to sort of do do a fad diet, keto, however it's pronounced. You want to do one of those fad diets for a week and see how it affects your body. Like, sure, that's fine. I'm all for experiential data as long as we set up some clear, responsible parameters. So anyway, these are the three. You can also do things like artifact analysis. You can do now observations. You can do them in locations. You can do them through communities, but you can also do like an online observation if you want to track a certain sort of behavior online or in social media. I'm here for that. That's interesting to me. But again, I want to be a part of your research design. I feel like I have to. If I don't have my say in it, I'm going to probably have something to say about it later on when maybe your grade is due. You know what I mean? So most people I say stick with these ones with the interviews and surveys. So they have to add up to 7. If you're only going to do one piece of primary research, well, then you need 6 secondary outside sources. If you're going to do 2 pieces of primary research, well, then you only need 5. You know how math works far better than I do. Let's see. So before I get a little more into this, I do want to go full screen just for a second here. The thing about the topics, how do I put this? Topics are going to be important in the sense of if you go too far from technology, we have one more assignment to go this semester after the research essay. It is called the Collaborative Multimodal Project, the CMP. And so you can hear right there in the title, it's collaborative in nature. So you're going to be expected in that assignment to provide primary data. You're either going to have to go get your own, or, and this is nice, I think an option that I'm trying to be nice about, is I allow you to use old primary data for your CMP. So if you wander way far afield from technology with your research essay, which you're more than welcome to do, it's just going to create a little more work down the road, which is to say, when you get into your CMP teams, maybe you're in a team of 5 and your 4 teammates have all done tech-related topics. Well, now we can talk about how to merge those primary research data points together, whereas you are going to have to create a new one on your own, which is just, I don't want to say it's an insignificant amount of work, but it's not going to, it's not going to ruin your life either. But I like you knowing this and thinking about this at the topic selection process. All right. So for the assignment, I'm not going to read this all out loud to you. You will use 7 total sources, and you're going to answer a research question. So I'm sorry, I think I was 1 class short of being a philosophy minor as an undergraduate. So I do like this sort of the research Koans, K-O-A-N. What is my purpose for this paper? What answers do you seek? What knowledge are you in pursuit of? Love those questions. All right, coughing fit time again. Hold on. This is how much I love you guys. It's a day off for me, and I have a very bad cold, but here we are. I'm still working for you. Let's see. So your documented research will be used responsibly. Your quotations will be used effectively. Again, if you know me, you know what that means. Short quotes that have maximum impact for the efficiency of words that you're providing. I don't like block quotes. I don't like overlong quotations. I don't like freestanding quotations. You know all that, I hope. I'm going to be reminding you as you're writing your essay in the coming weeks. Everybody's APA, so you will do a references page. Your primary sources don't appear on your references page. I get emailed this question a lot, so I'm hoping everybody hears this and sees this. You will share your secondary source data. What's primary source data? Come on, Steve. Editing in action. Your primary source data will appear in an appendix, and again, that's going to be an invention journal down the road. We don't have to talk about it too much. You're going to be, I get to not only be like sort of grammar police, but I also get to be logic police. I get to be research design police. This is a really fun essay for me to grade. I can really be skeptical of your viewpoint. I can, try to poke holes in your methodology. Very fun. It's a very give and take sort of essay. When you write on personal experience or even observational data, it's kind of hard for me to say like, well, you didn't learn that, right? But now that we're getting into the realm of more rhetorical purposes and more persuasive type writing, fun stuff. All right, you'll include at least one primary source. This is getting a little repetitive, but that's for a reason. Your primary sources will not appear in your references page. That's the second time I've written it. That's the second time I've said it out loud as well. They will appear in your appendix. This will all make sense later. Did I misspell appendices down there? Isn't appendices a word? Oh, no, I guess I did. All right. Oh, all right. Bumped up back to that line. Okay, that's it for this one. Just a quick run through of the assignment. If you make an appointment with the Writing Center, have this assignment sheet handy. If you have any questions, email me. Good luck. I really want you to succeed on this essay, not just because you have to pass the class.